Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about USCIS announces results of Operation Twin Shield, a large-scale immigration fraud investigation. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, in coordination with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and the Federal Bureau of Investigation, conducted Operation Twin Shield, the first of its kind, targeted surge of fraud detection and deterrence activities across Minneapolis, St. Paul, and the surrounding areas. September 19th to 28th, immigration officers discovered suspected fraud in 275 cases in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. The effort focused on site visits and targeted verification for applicants and petitioners with pending immigration benefits who match specified risk criteria. The operation aligns with Executive Order 14161, protecting the United States from foreign terrorists and other national security and public safety threat. The types of applications for immigration benefits investigated included marriage and family-based petitions, employment authorizations, and certain parole-related requests. Operation Twin Shield was a resounding success. USCIS officers focused on more than 1,000 cases that have fraud or ineligibility indicators, conducted over 900 site visits and in-person interviews, and found evidence of fraud, non-compliance, or public safety or national security concerns in 275 cases. 44% of cases interviewed. USCIS coordinated with our IC and FBI partners, who provided valuable assistance during the operation. As of today, USCIS issued notices to appear or referred aliens to IC in 42 cases, and 4 aliens were apprehended. USCIS expects data on NTAs, referrals to IC, and adverse adjudicative actions to increase as more administrative investigations are completed. Operation Twin Shield uncovered many lies. For example, one alien admitted to fabricating a death certificate from Kenya for $100 to falsely claim the termination of a marriage the spouse in question is alive, residing in Minneapolis, and is a mother of 5 of his children. In another case, an alien is the son of a known or suspected terrorist. He also overstayed his visa and was previously found to have engaged in marriage fraud that resulted in the denial of several immigration benefit requests. In another case, a petitioner admitted to officers with Operation Twin Shield that she committed marriage fraud. This was only a few hours after swearing that her marriage was bona fide during an interview at our Minneapolis office. In another case, an alien engaged in marriage fraud by taking advantage of an elderly U.S. citizen spouse, including subjecting the spouse to elder abuse and exploitation. This is a small sample of the immigration fraud USCIS officers across the nation combat every single day. USCIS is declaring an all-out war on immigration fraud. We will relentlessly pursue everyone involved in undermining the integrity of our immigration system and laws. With help from IC and the FBI, USCIS Operation Twin Shield was a tremendous success. Hundreds of bad actors will be held accountable, said USCIS Director Joseph B. Edlow. Immigration fraud undermines the integrity of our lawful immigration system, harms those who follow the law, and poses risks to national security and public safety. Under President Trump, we will leave no stone unturned. Operation Twin Shield is the first time USCIS dedicated resources on this scale in a single geographical area. Unlike during the Biden administration, USCIS immigration officers are now empowered to thoroughly vet aliens as required by law and pursue immigration fraud wherever it's encountered. Trump's $100,000 fee for H-1B worker visas challenged in lawsuit. A coalition of unions, employers, and religious groups filed a lawsuit on Friday seeking to block President Donald Trump's bid to impose opens new tab a $100,000 fee on new H-1B visas for highly skilled foreign workers. The lawsuit filed in federal court in San Francisco is the first to challenge a proclamation Trump issued 2 weeks ago announcing the fee as the Republican president moves to further restrict immigration to the United States. Plaintiffs include the United Auto Workers Union, the American Association of University Professors, a nurse recruitment agency, and several religious organizations. They argue that Trump's power to restrict the entry of certain foreign nationals does not allow him to override the law that created the H-1B visa program. White House spokeswoman Abigail Jackson, in a statement, said Trump's administration engaged in lawful actions, discouraging companies from spamming the system and driving down American wages, while providing certainty to employers who need to bring the best talent from overseas. The program allows U.S. employers to hire foreign workers in specialty fields, and technology companies in particular rely heavily on workers who receive H-1B visas. Critics of H-1Bs and other work visa programs say they are often used to replace American workers with cheaper foreign labor. But business groups and major companies have said H-1Bs are a critical means to address a shortage of qualified American workers. Employers who sponsor H-1B workers currently typically pay between $2,000 and $5,000 in fees, depending on the size of the company and other factors. Trump's order opens new tab bars new H-1B recipients from entering the United States unless the employer sponsoring their visa has made an additional $100,000 payment. The administration has said the order does not apply to people who already hold H-1B visas or those who submitted applications before September 21st. Trump, in his unprecedented order, invoked his power under federal immigration law to restrict the entry of certain foreign nationals that would be detrimental to the interests of the United States. He said that high numbers of lower-wage workers in the H-1B program have undercut its integrity and that the program threatens national security, including by discouraging Americans from pursuing careers in science and technology. He said the large-scale replacement of American workers through the H-1B program threatens the country's economic and national security. The plaintiffs argue that Trump has no authority to alter a comprehensive statutory scheme governing the visa program and cannot, under the U.S. Constitution, unilaterally impose fees, taxes, or other mechanisms to generate revenue for the United States, saying that power is reserved for Congress. The proclamation transforms the H-1B program into one where employers must either pay to play or seek a national interest exemption, which will be doled out at the discretion of the Secretary of Homeland Security, a system that opens the door to selective enforcement and corruption, the lawsuit said. The groups argue that agencies, including the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services and U.S. State Department, likewise adopted new policies to implement Trump's proclamation without following necessary rule-making processes and without considering how extorting exorbitant fees will stifle innovation. The H-1B program offers 65,000 visas annually to employers bringing in temporary foreign workers in specialized fields, with another 20,000 visas for workers with advanced degrees. The visas are approved for a period of 3 to 6 years. India was by far the largest beneficiary of H-1B visas last year, accounting for 71% of approved visas, while China was a distant second at 11.7%, according to government data. Trump administration offers unaccompanied migrant children $2,500 to voluntarily leave U.S., letter shows. The Trump administration is offering unaccompanied migrant children $2,500 to leave the U.S. voluntarily, according to a letter seen by Reuters that was sent to migrant shelters. Officials at the Department of Homeland Security's Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirmed a monetary offer was being made, but did not specify an amount. The video is the latest financial offer made by the DHS under President Donald Trump aimed at encouraging voluntary deportations. In June, the State Department moved $250 million to DHS for voluntary deportations, with the administration offering a $1,000 stipend to migrants who self-deported. Kids need protection, not coercion, critic says. According to the letter sent to shelters on Friday by the DHS Office of Refugee Resettlement, the department will provide a one-time resettlement support stipend of $2,500 to unaccompanied children 14 or older. An IC official said the offer was first being made to 17-year-olds. Minors from Mexico are not eligible for the program, but children who had already volunteered to leave the U.S. as of Friday would be covered, the letter says. Wendy Young, president of Kids in Need of Defense, which provides legal services and support to unaccompanied children, called the move a cruel tactic that undermined laws that guarantee a process to determine if a child is eligible for U.S. protection. Unaccompanied children seeking safety in the United States deserve our protection rather than being coerced into agreeing to return back to the very conditions that place their lives and safety at risk, Young said in a statement. According to federal law, migrant children who arrive at U.S. borders without a parent or legal guardian are classified as unaccompanied and sent to federal government-run shelters until they can be placed with a family member or in foster care. More than 2,100 unaccompanied children were in the custody of the Department of Health and Human Services as of Thursday, according to department data. HHS Communications Director Andrew Nixon said in a statement that the program gives UACs a choice and allows them to make an informed decision about their future. Any payment would be provided after an immigration judge approved the request and the child arrived in their country of origin, Nixon said. The administration's efforts to swiftly deport unaccompanied children have faced legal challenges. Opens new tab. Last month, a federal judge ordered that the administration refrain from deporting unaccompanied Guatemalan migrant children with active immigration cases, while a legal challenge continued. More than 600,000 migrant children have crossed the U.S.-Mexico border without a parent or legal guardian since 2019. According to government data, that is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care.
US Immigration News. USCIS launches major anti-fraud operation. Operation Twin Shield, led by USCIS with ICE and FBI support from September 19 to 28, uncovered 275 fraud cases out of 1,000 investigations in a Minneapolis, St. Paul. The operation focused on marriage aggregates, employment authorization, and parole application, aligning with the Executive Order 14161 to protect national security. USCIS issued 42 NTA and made 4 arrests, exposing numerous fraud, including 4 documents and marriage scams. USCIS poked an all-out war on immigration fraud. Meanwhile, a coalition of union and organizations sued President Trump over his proposed $1 lakh H-1B visa fee, arguing it exceeded presidential authority and harmed innovation. Additionally, reports reveal the Trump administration offered $4,500 to unaccompanied migrant children to voluntarily leave the U.S. in more critics. Condemned is coercive and legally questionable.